What if I told you that sometimes the biggest headline from a BTS concert isn't a performance, or even a song? Sometimes it's a single glance into the crowd, a few quiet words, or even a hairstyle. Because when it comes to Jimin, the smallest moments somehow become the moments the entire world can't stop talking about. And over the past few days, that's exactly what's happened. From Paris Fashion Week to a stadium in Brussels, Jimin reminded everyone that true influence isn't just about looking unforgettable. It's about making people feel seen. Let's talk about why the internet is calling this one of his most unforgettable weeks yet. When Jimin arrived at the Dior Men's Summer 2027 collection show in Paris, fans expected elegance. After all, he's Dior's first Asian male global ambassador. He's known for making luxury fashion feel effortless. But no one expected one detail to steal the spotlight before he even spoke. His hair. Long. Soft, slightly tousled, with layers flowing naturally around his face. At first glance, it looked almost simple. But fashion experts immediately realized there was much more happening. Global fashion magazine GQ didn't just compliment the style, they highlighted it as one of the defining men's hairstyle trends of the moment. According to GQ, Jimin perfectly embodied the spirit of Dior's newest collection. The show itself drew inspiration from 18th century European aristocracy. Normally, that's a concept that risks feeling theatrical, or even costume-like. Yet somehow, Jimin made it feel completely modern. Instead of competing with the luxurious clothing, his flowing hairstyle softened everything. It balanced history with youth, elegance with freedom, classic beauty with contemporary confidence. Fashion critics couldn't stop analyzing why it worked so well. World-renowned hair expert Kirk Riley even gave the look a name: soft punk. It sounds almost contradictory. Soft yet rebellious, elegant yet fearless. But that's exactly what made it fascinating. The hairstyle blended relaxed movement with bold individuality. Rather than looking overly polished, every strand seemed intentionally natural. Hairstylist Terraro Sponsorilli explained that the layered texture and gentle movement prevented the historical-inspired clothing from feeling like a costume. Instead, everything looked alive, fresh, current, and unmistakably Jimin. That's something he's mastered throughout his career. He never simply wears fashion. He transforms it. Whether it's colorful stage outfits, minimalist airport looks, or luxury couture, people don't just remember what he wears. They remember how he makes it feel. And once again, the internet exploded. Fans across social media couldn't stop sharing photos from the event. Fashion editors praised his willingness to embrace longer hairstyles at a time when men's beauty standards continue evolving. Many even called him one of the strongest trendsetters in global fashion today. Then, the excitement became even bigger. American radio station Kiss 95.1 introduced him while reminding audiences that he is Dior's first Asian male global ambassador. Meanwhile, MTV uploaded footage from the Dior show, but it wasn't just another celebrity clip. They captioned it with one unforgettable word: Jimergency. A playful combination of Jimin and emergency, as if simply seeing him required immediate attention. Honestly, fans thought it couldn't have been more accurate. Because every new appearance somehow creates another online emergency. New photos trend instantly. Fashion discussions begin immediately. Reaction videos flood YouTube. And hairstyles suddenly become the topic everyone wants to copy. But here's where the story becomes even more meaningful. Because only days later, people weren't talking about Jimin's appearance anymore. They were talking about his heart. During BTS's Arirang World Tour stop in Brussels, tens of thousands of fans packed the stadium. The atmosphere was electric. Lights filled the arena. Music echoed through every corner. Everyone's attention was focused on the stage. Except, Jimin's wasn't. While performing, he suddenly noticed something unusual inside the crowd. Someone appeared to be collapsing. Many artists might never have realized. The stage lights are blinding. The audience stretches endlessly into the distance. Yet somehow, Jimin noticed. Without hesitation, he interrupted the moment. Pointing toward the audience, he immediately called for help. Something looks off here. Here. It seems like they have collapsed. Please take quick action. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't done for applause. It was instinct. He continued watching carefully until staff members reached the fan and the situation was under control. Only then did the performance continue. That short moment spread across social media almost instantly. Fans from around the world praised not only his awareness, but the fact that, despite performing in front of an enormous stadium, he still noticed one person who needed help. Thousands of people, brilliant stage lights, complex choreography, yet his attention never left the audience. For many fans, that wasn't surprising at all, because they believe this is exactly who Jimin has always been. Someone who notices the details. Someone who genuinely worries about the people supporting him. Comments quickly poured in. Many wrote that only someone with sincere love for fans could remain so attentive even while performing under immense pressure. Others said it perfectly reflected the quiet kindness they've admired in him for years. And interestingly, his hairstyles became part of the conversation once again. Throughout this world tour, Jimin has been keeping his shoulder-length hair while changing the styling almost every single concert. In Brussels alone, fans witnessed two completely different versions. On the first night, his side hair was braided and decorated with a delicate hair clip. Elegant, artistic, almost fairy-like. Then, on the second night, everything changed. The braids disappeared. Instead, soft flowing waves framed his face, creating an entirely different atmosphere. It's become something fans now eagerly anticipate before every concert. Not just wondering what songs BTS will perform, but wondering, what hairstyle will Jimin surprise us with tonight? Each city feels unique. Each performance creates another visual memory, and somehow, every hairstyle reflects a different side of his personality. One day bold, one day playful, one day romantic, another day effortlessly cool. Very few artists manage to make something as ordinary as hair become part of the storytelling. Yet Jimin does it naturally, because with him, nothing feels forced. Everything feels intentional. Looking at these two stories together, it's remarkable how they reveal two completely different sides of the same person. One moment, he's standing among the biggest names in global fashion, setting trends that experts around the world analyze. The next, he's standing on stage, and pausing an arena concert because one fan might need help. One story celebrates style, the other celebrates compassion, yet both explain why Jimin continues inspiring millions worldwide. People admire his beauty, but they stay because of his humanity. Fashion trends eventually change, hairstyles come and go, luxury collections are replaced every season. But kindness, awareness, and genuine care, those qualities never go out of style. As BTS now prepares for the next stops of the Arirang World Tour at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, fans are already wondering what unforgettable moment Jimin will create next. Will it be another iconic hairstyle that dominates fashion headlines? Another breathtaking performance? Or perhaps another quiet act of kindness that reminds everyone why he's far beyond the stage? Because if this week proved anything, it's that with Jimin, the moments the world remembers most are often the ones nobody sees coming.